Auzu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Welcome back in the chemistry lecture. Chapter 14, Biomolecule. Last time we have seen about the structures of amino acids, neutral amino acids, acidic amino acids and basic amino acids. Amino acids are crystalline. Amino acids are crystalline in nature, colorless, water soluble, non volatile, high melting solid. Now we will see the behavior of aqueous amino acid. What happens when amino acids are added into the water? Aqueous amino acid. Structure of amino acid we know very well now. NH2 bond. This is alpha carbon atom where COOH acidic functional group is attached, and amino group attached to an alpha carbon is said to be as an alpha amino acids, and this R group is always getting replaced by the hydrogen and methyl and other substituent. So when alpha amino acid is added into the water, the hydrogen of acidic part get ionized. It form H plus and O minus, and the nitrogen containing the lone pair of electron abstract the hydrogen atom from the acid, forms an positive charge on the nitrogen atom, and as hydrogen atom is detached from the acidic functional group, it forms minus on the oxygen atom. So it becomes dipolar in nature. Plus sign occurs by the acceptance of the proton from the acidic functional group. NH3 plus CH R COO minus. This compound is said to be as an dipolar ion. Why dipolar ion? Because minus and plus charge has been established in the alpha amino acid in the aqueous phase. That is why it is said as dipole, means two pole. And this dipolar molecule is said to be as an Zwitter ion. Zwitter ion, not Twitter ion. It is Zwitter ion. Now three forms of alanine has been given in the textbook. Three forms of alanine. We will see what are they with respect to the pH. As you know the structure of alanine, that COOH NH2 amino functional group. This is R, this is H. In alanine, this R group is methyl group. So if methyl group is attached in the place of R, it is alanine. I can draw the structure in any of the form. So this intersection is represented as a carbon. This is the carbon and the substituent are over here. COOH NH, the hydrogen, and this is methyl group. This R group is over here. The hydrogen is drawn on the top, and acidic functional group and NH2. Now when this alanine is added into the water, the hydrogen atom is abstracted by the nitrogen atom. It forms NH3 plus. That means only a positive charge has been given on the nitrogen. So this is one form of the alanine. If this happens, what happens? Overall charge on the molecule is +1, plus 1, and the pH has been observed. The pH has been observed, P small h capital. What is pH? First of all, we will see what is pH. pH is a scale. pH is a scale starting from 0 ending to 14. This is acid base scale, we can say acid base scale. In between there is 7. The pH, the full form of pH is potential due to hydrogen ion. Potential due to hydrogen ion. If the hydrogen ion concentration is more in the solution, I repeat again, if hydrogen ion concentration is more in the solution, then it is said to be as acidic in nature. The pH will range from 0 to 7. 0 to 7. Exactly 7. If the pH is exactly 7, the compound will be neutral. If the pH is less than 7, the compound will be acidic. If the pH is more than 7, the compound is basic. Say for example, blood. Human body blood has a pH 7.4. Has a pH 7.4. For some reason, the blood comes out from our mouth, from the gums. So we have already tested our blood, that our blood is slightly alkaline in nature, slightly salty taste. So the pH is actually 7.4, that is why it is salty to taste. If the pH increases from 7.4 to more than 11, 12, then it becomes bitter in nature. So blood pH does not changes, but the compound is available with the high pH that are bitter in nature. The acidic, if the pH is less than 7, the compound is acidic in nature. Over here, nitrogen has taken the hydrogen atom, so the basic character is reduced because NH2 is the base. NH2 is the base. According to Lorry and Bronsted concept, proton acceptor is base. Now this NH2 accepts the proton from the solvent, so it becomes, now the basic character has been reduced. Before accepting the electron, the nitrogen was, NH2 was base. After accepting the electron, now this NH3 becomes proton donor. So that is why the pH of, it was found to be, of this compound is less than equal to 2. Less than equal to 2 means somewhat over here. Less than equal to 2 somewhat over here. That is why the pH is less. That means this molecule will be in acidic in nature. This molecule will be in acidic in nature. Now we will see the another molecule. Suppose the proton has been donated by the acid. Suppose the proton has been donated by the acid, but obvious proton has been donated. Now this compound will not be acting as an acid. That is why the pH of this molecule is greater than, the pH of this molecule is greater than, the pH of this molecule is greater than 10. pH of this molecule is greater than 10. Why? Now because this molecule will act as a proton acceptor. So this is the one case. This is the second case. In the second case, the overall charge is +1. In the first case, the overall charge is -1. You can see over here. Now if suppose the molecule will be having dipolar charge, COO minus NH3 plus. Now overall charge for this is said to be as in 0. Plus -1 becomes 0 charge, is said to be as a net charge is 0. Net means +1 -1 becomes 0. Net charge becomes 0 charge, is said to be as an Zwitter ion of alanine. Is said to be as an Zwitter ion of alanine. Zwitter ion of alanine. Zwitter ion of alanine. Now the pH has been recorded for this compound is nearly equal to 6. Nearly equal to 6. So it is not completely neutral, it is nearly equal to 6 as it is available, as it has been seen experimentally. So we have seen the three form. First one having more pH, second one less pH, and dipolar molecule is having a pH 6. Now we can see the definition of Zwitter ion. Amino acids in their aqueous solution behave as like a salt due to the presence of acidic and basic group in the same molecule. Such doubly charged ion is known as Zwitter ion. As we have seen the reaction, this is said to be as a Zwitter ion. Now every amino acids except glycine has one chiral center. Every amino acids except glycine has one chiral center. Now, what is chiral center? Try to understand what is chiral center. Chiral center means what? A carbon atom contain all the four group different. A carbon atom contain all four group different. A carbon atom which has atom attached to it, that is all different. See, this is a carbon atom, acidic functional group attached to a carbon atom. NH2 group is attached to a carbon atom which are different. The one of hydrogen atom is attached to this carbon atom. Now these three groups are different. The fourth group is anyone you can take as a methyl and any other. Now if you take methyl, so this carbon become what? Chiral carbon. This carbon becomes as a chiral carbon. It is represented by asterisk. Carbon with a asterisk means what? Chiral carbon. So in glycine we do not have a chiral carbon, because instead of CH3, this R group, instead of CH3 we have hydrogen for glycine, COOH, NH2, hydrogen, and you can see hydrogen. This is the structure of glycine. So glycine do not have chiral carbon, and other all amino acids contains at least one chiral carbon. It is also said to be as an asymmetric carbon atom. It is also said to be as an asymmetric carbon atom. Chiral carbon is also said as asymmetric carbon atom. So the compound which contain asymmetric carbon atom can shows optical isomer. They are called as optically active compound. The compound contain asymmetric carbon atom, a chiral carbon. They are said to be as an optically active. Optically active molecule shows DL configuration. Optically active molecule shows DL configuration. That is dextro-rotatory molecule and levo-rotatory molecule. Dextro and levo. And capital D and capital L indicates stereoisomerism. Stereoisomerism, which we have seen in the glucose. Second last carbon of the glucose is in the glucose. Second last carbon contain OH on the right hand side was D glucose, and the OH on the second last carbon of the glucose, if it is on the left hand side, it is L glucose. So D and L, capital D and capital L configuration is also seen in the amino acids. So how it is, pay attention. carbon atom with NH2 group, and we have to see for DL configuration NH2 and hydrogen atom, NH2 and hydrogen atom, COOH and the hydro R group. So if NH2 is on the right hand side, it is said to be as an D isomer, or we can say D compound. This capital D is a stereoisomerism. If the mirror image you will take, so for that NH2 on the left hand side, it will become L compound. So D and L of the amino acid, alpha amino acid. Now the next topic you will see that peptide bond and structure of protein. Structure of protein. Now in the structure of protein, we will study first what kind of bond is present in the structure of protein. So we will see first how the structure of protein is formed. We will draw first amino acid, alpha amino acid. We know the structure of amino acid. Say for example, we will write first 2 amino acid. General formula for the amino acid we will write NH2 CHR C double bond OH. Amino acid can be same or amino acid can be different. If it is different, I can write R1 and R2. If it is same, I can write R and R. That doesn't matter. If 2 alpha amino acid is heated, the water molecule is eliminated. The water molecule is eliminated, and they combine each other to form an dimer. We can say dimer, that means 2 are bonded with each other. So OH from the acidic group and H from the NH2 group. They will combine to form NH CH OH. Now this bond, this C double bond O NH is said to be as an amide functional group. Is said to be as an amide functional group. This amide functional group is said to be as an peptide bond. It is said to be as an peptide bond. Peptide bond. Peptide bond, or it is also said as peptide linkage. Peptide bond or peptide linkage is amide formed between acidic functional group and NH2 group by elimination of water molecule. By elimination of water molecule. The amino acid which may be similar, these are similar, it may be dissimilar, they combine to form a peptide bond. They combine to form a peptide bond or peptide linkage. Peptide linkage. If 2 amino acid combines to form a peptide bond, a compound is said to be as an dipeptide. Said to be as an dipeptide. And a dipeptide, that means I can say that this is a dipeptide compound. Protein molecule with a dipeptide. Protein molecule with a dipeptide bond. With a protein molecule with a dipeptide bond, because 2 amino acid has been combined. Now this dipeptide compound, if combined with another molecule of the amino acid, forms tripeptide, and so on. Tetra. Now we will see the combination of glycine and alanine. Glycine and alanine. NH2 C, one of the hydrogen and other is also hydrogen for the glycine molecule. This is the glycine. and we have alanine. This is alanine. OH of acidic functional group and hydrogen of nitrogen has been removed. It forms dipeptide compound NH2 CH C double bond O NH CH C double OH CH3. Now this is a peptide bond which is said to be as a compound as a dipeptide compound. Dipeptide compound. Now dipeptide compound combined with another alpha amino acid forms tripeptide compound, tetrapeptide compound, and so on. It can goes on by addition of alpha amino acids. Now these alpha amino acids, if there is 10 alpha amino acid, if there is a 10 alpha amino acid forms a peptide compound, 10 alpha amino acid combines to form peptide linkage said to be as an polypeptide, Protein, basically protein, some of the protein consist of 100, even more than 100. If I talk about the general, if I talk about this general one, that is CHR. This CHR is said to be as an alpha amino acid residue. Amino acid residue. So protein consists of more than 100 amino acid residue. The protein consists of one end of the protein consists of COOH group. COOH group is said to be as, that is carboxyl group, and is said to be as a C terminal. This part is said to be as a C terminal. One end of the protein is said to be as a C terminal because one end will be always having a carboxyl group, and the other end will always have a free amino group, is said to be as an N terminal group. Terminal means end. N terminal group. So this part is said to be as an N terminal group. This part is said to be as a C terminal group. It is always having with all the protein molecules. The name of this molecule will become, as it is a dipeptide compound prepared from glycine alanine, so it is said to be as an glycyl alanine. One of the molecule will become as an alkyl group, the other one will become parent group, is said to be as an glycyl alanine. Glycyl alanine. Glycyl alanine. I hope you have understood. Next time we will start with the types of protein and we will see the structure of protein. Thank you.